Look at that, you guys. There's like a deer just walking around in mid-daylight. How crazy is that?
See that? There was a deer walking around in mid-daylight. Just walking around. That is so crazy. I mean, I've seen deers at night, like walking around and stuff like that, but not like midday. Like, hey, deer. I'm so upset because it's 10:30 and I just missed breakfast at Chick-fil-A, and I could have went and got Chick-fil-A. And got Chick-fil-A for breakfast, egg and cheese. But I missed it. So yeah, so anyways, I work you know, all those days, so because, you know, I'm trying to get everything together for Atlanta. But so yeah, so yesterday my morning time boss from my security job comes up to me and goes, well, can you work from 2 to 10 and switch shifts with somebody? And I was like, okay, sure, you know, I don't mind, whatever. Like, all I'm gonna do is really like come home and hang out with Deshaun, you know, and he just plays his video games on Netflix all day, so, you know, I can switch. Like, it's not too much, I mean, you know, and it will give me opportunity to sleep in because I haven't slept in. So then I get to my second job yesterday, and he says to me, well, can you come in the morning? And I'm like, you know, I'm not picking up an extra shift. I just have to like do like the med pass or whatever, so that I can make sure I can, you know, pass out meds and stuff like that. And so like, it's so funny, like, how that all worked out, you know, like it was perfect, like perfect timing, perfect everything. Like he needed the night, one of my coworkers needed the night off, so, you know, I could work the night, and then, you know, I needed to do something for training at my morning job, so I needed my night job, so I needed to be there in the morning. So I mean, it all works out, and it's just so crazy. Like, it worked out with ease too, you know. It wasn't like something that was difficult. Like, I remember in Florida one time I was looking for a condo, and God had told me to move, and I was like, move? Like, what do you mean move? And I was like, I don't know if I can, you know, move, but God was just like telling me about like how the children of Israel, you know, when they went into the promised land, how, you know, like basically, you know, as long as I was doing what God asked me to do, every door would be open, you know, even if there was some type of struggle, and, you know, the door would be open to me. So I was like, okay. Literally 5 days before I needed to evacuate my apartment premises, I got a condo, and they accepted me within the 5 days, and I moved in. I mean, it worked out perfectly, and I was searching up and down, and I was scared that I was gonna run out of time, and that I wasn't gonna be able to get into my condo, and that it wouldn't work out, and I was just scared, but I had to trust God that everything was gonna work out, you know. And, you know, in the Bible, I was talking about this yesterday, in the Bible, God says in the Bible, you know, like, not to fear, not to worry, you know, that he's with you wherever you go. He says it so many times in the Bible to reassure us, to have the confidence to believe that it's going to work out, that as long as we're following his will, as long as we are walking in the ways of the Lord, as long as we're doing what God has called us to do in our lives, that he will open every single door. And I've seen that time and time again. God has constantly opened many doors for me, walking in his will, going in the way in which it is that he's called me to go, you know. And sometimes it just seems hard, but he always opens the doors, and they're always perfect timing. I was off for a whole month, working a whole month without working a whole month, and I needed to pay my rent. I got 2 jobs, 2 little gigs online that weren't like everyday jobs that ended up paying me, you know, the money that I needed for my rent, you know, and they were just like simple gigs, you know, but it was just like I needed a certain amount of money, and they were enough. They were enough, you know, and I wasn't supposed to get paid as much as I got paid for both of them, but both times the Lord blessed me with double amount of what it was that I needed. And so it's like it all works out. It works out. God takes care of it, you know, and so I'm just very thankful, you know, that God reassures us that, you know, that it will all work out, you know, and then as long as, you know, we're walking in his ways and going in the direction that he wants us to go, that, you know, he'll open up the doors, and you know, it's not always easy. Some doors can seem like, you know, they're a little bit harder to walk through, but know that even in what seems like setbacks, complications, it all works out, you know, because God's in control. You know, he's gonna take care of it. He's gonna do what needs to be done. I think I might be a little bit late this morning. I did not calculate traffic in my my morning commute, and I think it's just the light. But yeah, so I love you guys. I love you, 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 and it's all gonna work out for you. Don't worry. Don't worry. It's all gonna work out. Don't worry. Alright, you guys. Love you too, and God bless.